Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. Yeah, that's right, fuck you Dinamo Minsk. Yeah, Lviv and Let Die. We are in FC Lviv manager. It's going to be said in a lot of different ways over the next however long we play as this club. In Ukrainian it's Lviv. So Lviv could also be in Polish Lvov. In Russian I think it's also Lvov. But Lviv will probably be the way we start. They are slightly younger than me, even though they have a 2006 on their badge. I don't know much about this team. All I do know is we have a stadium called Ukraine, and it has nearly 30,000 seats. I didn't realise that when we did this, when we joined, but cool. Now we're about to play our first game against Zheka. We have had a decent pre-season. I took over here. We played, so that one was already done. We played Kiev and lost 1-0. We played the Ukra Agrocom Priotivka. So that's obviously some kind of agricultural team. We then beat Resovia from Poland 3-1. We beat Slavia Prague 1-0. We lost 1-0 against Bohemians. And then we played Astra Ploieshti 4-3. In a fun little knockabout. So, let's look at some players. Let's look at the team. We need to actually go through the team. I normally do this before the game, but let's just double check how things are going. So, Zamyakin or Zamyakin is our number 1, I believe. Shovganov is the number 2. Yes, that's true. We've made a couple of signings. So up front we have the Georgian Mikhail Makharadze. He is right-footed and plays on the right. Then we have to make our decision between Konstantin Kolobov. He's pretty good. He scored a couple of goals, 1 in fact, in pre-season. Dmitry Borisov, he's actually leaving the club in 6 days, so he will not be under consideration. And Vasily Bogdanov, he's pretty good. He can only play with his right foot as well, but he will certainly be our 7th sub. Hang on a second, let's just go and clear the subs bench of everybody else so that we can make this proper like. Good, so we have Shovganov and we have Bogdanov up there as number 7 substitute. Let's now look at defence. So we have just sold our best defensive midfielder for £100,000, although a lot of that went to his previous club and quite a lot of it went to him, and 50% of it is coming in instalments, so we're not getting it all right now, but you know, it is what it is. Across our midfield then we have, we're looking at defence, so we've got Alexander Zimakov, the Ukrainian, at right back. Ooh, that's a message from Sam. Cool. So who do we have? I think he's the best, Zimakov. We then have Frank Aurier, the Ivorian centre-back. He is a right-footed player, and so he plays on the right. We then have Kornienko. He's a pretty decent, well, he's fine, 22-year-old. I'm pretty sure we have someone better than him, and I'm pretty sure... Okay, so Lapushenko seems to be pretty good. We've also got Alexander Travkin. He's not good. We're going to put Lapushenko in as a substitute. And then we also have, at the left back, Kirill Glushenkov. He's been here for a while, didn't play well last season, so he's a left back. We also have this guy, Vladimir Moskalenko. He's not very good, so he won't be playing. We do have this guy, Anton Lazarenko, who is leaving, so he can F the F off. And Denis Saiko, who I think he's been here for a couple of days. Anyway, he might jump into the team ahead of Glushenkov when he's fit. We'll see. And then we have also Alexander Malafeyev, but we will let's just take a look at him. He's rubbish. So maybe Travkin ends up being on the bench just sort of as a default. So look, 3 foreign players in the first 11, so we need to take out some of these midfielders here. Across the midfield we've got Artem Manukyan, the Armenian. He's actually pretty good. We've got Yulian Niatsha. He's our midfielder. He's pretty good. We've then got Francisco Moscosko, who I signed on a free transfer from Chile. He's very good. And then we have Viktor Galushkin, who is fast. So that's all you really need. We're going to have to play. So I think so he's leaving. He's going to Belarus. get the hell out. Maxim Generalov, he's pretty good, so I think we'll put him in the side, and actually he might just end up taking one of the spaces of our foreign players. We also have, so there's Levan Gedenidze, he's pretty good too. We are, as you'll see, struggling for many foreign players. So we might end up just having to put someone like Sergei Sapozhnikov over on the right, just because we need to get someone else out there. We need to take one of these players off, and I think Manukyan is not great, so we'll see what we can do. Let's put on Sapozhnikov and then put him on the side. So yeah, we can have seemingly as many foreigners as we want on the bench. Let's see how that affects substitutes, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the team, so we'll make up some nicknames once we get to that stage. It seems to me that Generalov is a great name. He doesn't really need a nickname. Let's just give all these fellas some numbers. I think Frank Aurier will end up being a really good signing for us. He scored the only goal against Slavia Prague in the... Oh, look at this. Many debuts. We're going to make our first appearance as a manager here. Our assistant manager doesn't have enough knowledge to give opposition advice against teams in our division. Now, I'm not sure where we're going to end up. We've had a pretty mixed pre-season, although I did pick some particularly difficult teams to play against. I actually want to, so we're going to press play. It's going to open up, and then I'm going to just quickly check Zirka here. So Zirka, what happened last season? I think they lost out in the playoffs last year. Is that what we're sort of reading from that? Zirka, yeah, they finished 4th last year, so they finished pretty well. We finished 13th, although there's only 14 points behind them, so it's not that great. This season, they are probably expected to finish in the top 10 again. Yeah, 7th, so they're doing okay. Where are we expected? Lviv information. We're expected to come 10th. That's fine by me. 10th. Oh yeah, so let's discuss season predictions. I am going to be happy with a mid-table finish. The thing I was told to do by the board was to achieve a mid-table finish, so that's where I'm hoping to get to. I'm hoping to get rid of a few more of our deadwoody kind of players, bring in a few cheap youngsters, and try and sort of just basically do brilliantly. Okay, oh, could we have scored a goal? We have. Oh, that's going to be an own goal. Palamarchuk has just absolutely skied the ball into his own net for no reason at all, and Lviv are 1-0 up against Zirka. The patented Wheatland 4-4-2, whilst apparently not strong enough for Belarus, is working wonders here in Ukraine. Although, if you'll remember, 3 videos back, we did start off our tenure in Belarus with a win. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm expecting we're going to finish off somewhere around, I mean, you never know. I suspect the teams in this league are much of a muchness, and it probably won't take much to go up. Oh, great finish from Generalov. I mean, his name would be pronounced Generalov, probably, but we're going to call him Generalov. What a finish that was, and we are 2-0 up. What an absolute stunner. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be, we're not going to be as bad as we were in the Belarusian league. There's a lot more leeway in this league, considering there's something like twice as many teams in this league as there are in the Belarusian top division. We also got a little bit more reputational sort of pull than they did there, weirdly. So we've been able to sign some, or we've been able to at least look at some players and offer them contracts that you couldn't have done even as a pretty big team in Belarus. So there are things here that should make this a little easier than the Belarusian experiment. Hopefully one day we'll get to play a Shonky team from Belarus in some kind of qualification round of a European competition, so we can make them sad. Yeah, so mid-table would be fine. Obviously, there's a potential that this could, if every game is like this, we could obviously have a pretty good season ahead of us. It's probably not a great idea to base off everything from this one game, but we'll see. Yeah, so outside chance of a promotion tilt, but let's look for a mid-table finish for the first season, is what I was trying to say in that long 5-minute ramble. Shot's gone over the bar. We need to learn the players' names. We need to learn their characters. Probably not in too much depth because obviously... Oh, it's off the crossbar. Aurier there. It's off the crossbar. Not too much of their characters because we'll probably be getting rid of some of the worst ones fairly quickly, and that's fine. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully that'll be an improvement. I was going to say we have 28,000 seats. Oh, whoops, that was not what I meant to say. 28,000 seats in the stadium. We have sold 1,200, maybe 1,800 maximum season tickets. So we've got a long way to go before we will think about improving our stadium. We also have basically no money for extra staff, so we have one coach. I'm going to keep doing what I did for Shlonsk, which is constantly upgrading things as we go through it, and constantly asking for a new contract to keep myself in the game, because I didn't do that at Belarus, and I think that probably hurt me a little bit. Maybe think about taking off Mr. Injured left back there. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Nikiforov. Oh, have they scored? No. Good save. Ananyev. Nikiforov gives the ball in, and Spahoznikov or Spazov. Oh, great tackle there from Neachsa. Okay, right. Here goes our first. Okay, whoa. Hey there now. You there. What's your first name? Julian. Okay, so we're going to give you a nickname. What's his name off of Madagascar? Is he called Print King? Julian. Cool, King Julian. And then we also had Sapozhnikov. Now, Ukrainian is not going to be a prefix that we can use very many times. I'm not going to call him Ukrainian Sergei. That would be silly. He's outspoken, though. Outspoken Sergei. We all knew it was coming. Obviously, I expect probably quite a lot of these players are going to be outspoken at some point or another. Let's take off Glushenkov as we're here. We'll bring on Lapushenko. Good, you do that. Yeah, whatever. Wait, doesn't really matter, does it? It's only Zerka. They were only one of the better teams in the league last season. And that guy's name's Bichkov. Okay, they scored a goal, but it was disallowed. But one of their players is called Bichkov, and we should never let that go amiss. Right. Let's maybe not let them do that again. There he is, Bichkov. Great name. We'll probably play 2 games here. I'm not really sure. Let's see how we feel about it, really. Oh, wow. Natovk Ukanafta are doing pretty good so far. Let's look up here. We have probably plenty of time. Should we bring on... Oh, let's test out the foreign players rule. So let's bring on Manukyan. Doesn't seem to have made a difference. And Makosko on for... Let's swap Makosko. Oh, no. It is always only 3 players. Ah, shit. That is going to have put a spanner in my works. Well, tits then. Fine. Well, we can still bring on Makosko. Moskozo. Makosko. Okay, so fine. That means we'll do what we were planning to do in Belarus, which was not to have a foreign goalkeeper. Try and have the best, basically the best Ukrainian goalie we can get, and basically have 2. So what we can essentially do here is have 6 foreigners who we rotate off for each other. So basically 2 or maybe 4 foreign strikers, and whatever. And then when they come off for each other, and then we have a rotating cast of Ukrainians for the rest of the positions. It'll be interesting to see if foreign players in this context expands to Russian and Belarusian players as well, because I know there's at least 1 or 2 leagues where, like for example, I think the Italian league classes foreigners as people who aren't European, and that's almost certainly not the case for here. But maybe there's an expanse to that rule. What was I going to say as well? We'll obviously try and do what Shakhtar do in real life, and turn us into basically a Brazilian / South American player farm. That will happen. Oh, great ball in. Ori at the back post. We've got a third. Kornienko scores. The fans love him already. He is corny. Like that joke. Generalov at the start of everything good again. Aurier to Kornienko. Great. Great stuff. 3-0. Not bad at all on our first game of the season. We're behind Vorskla and Naftovic Ukranafta. Maybe one day we'll have a Masha join us for a record where she can sort of describe us what the point of these names are. That'd be fun. Or maybe I could just do some research, and then one of the episodes I can just keep putting them in and out of those discussions. So I think we've still got a substitute to make, which seems weird for me considering we're 80 minutes in. But then I haven't played Football Manager for a while, so that makes sense, I guess. Let's do that. We need to keep our right winger fit. Oh man, fella's been sent off. Oleg Lapushenko has been sent off. The right back, because he shouldn't be playing right back, basically, is what we're saying. Fine. Can we? No. Oh dear. I think I just cancelled my substitution. Let's bring on. Okay, so we can change things around a little bit properly here. Then let's bring Travkin back, and we'll put Makaradze out on the right. Makaradze is a very good striker. He scored quite a few goals in our preseason. He's clinical. Oh, good stop. And did he score in this one? I think he did. Oh no, he didn't. He basically set up the first, which was obviously that weird own goal. Anyway, here he comes now. Makhahadze, good ball in. Kobolev, but then Kovb cleared. Oh man, to be called Kovb. What's your name? Kovb. Did you really need the B? No. It made it more difficult to pronounce. Generalov crosses the ball. Bichkov clears, but not as far as Zimakov. Galushkin hits the ball over the bar. Unfortunate from Galushkin there. Galushkin. The other thing, obviously, we can do is try and get young players in when they are young, and then naturalize them to be Ukrainian. I'll look after this how long it takes these players to become Ukrainian, because I know in Belarus it was quite a long time. I think it was 3 or 4 years, which is too much. And yeah, would have made making any young players Belarusian a very long and laborious process, which, when we had the Poland thing, it didn't matter so much. Oh dear, come on, Kornienko. Kornienko gives it nicely back to Dorovic. Okay, well, I mean, we've been pretty comfortable. They have had some there's been some chances, or at least sort of openings that they've carved, but then we are in the Ukrainian second division. It's hardly unlikely that we're going to be playing some kind of Catenaccio style, Arrigo Sacchi style football. So, 1 win and we're up to third. Quite a hefty second division with 18 teams in it. So that means we're going to have 36 games. So they're all surprised that we've won. We actually dominated them pretty much, except for possession. Let's have a quick check on that naturalization thing. Information. No. Where is it? How do I find it? Oh, he would sign a new contract then. That's nice. Oh, is he running out his contract? Well, we should probably look to give him another one. But why can I not find his nationality page? Where's that then? It should be here, but it should be the... Oh, because he's already... Is he already half Ukrainian? No. Nationality, Georgian. So he's not even trying... Does that mean he's not even trying to... Because usually it's here, I'm sure. Well, let's try and look at someone else in our squad who we just signed, which was the... Oh, well, okay, maybe King Yulian. Information, he doesn't need to speak Ukrainian. What about the Costa Rica, the Chilean guy, Makosko? Why can I not find out how long it's going to take them to become... He came from Colo Colo. Is that not the same team that Mancia played for? Whatever. Anyway, so 1 win. That's nice. Arsenal Kiev are a team that still exists in this league. How long is it until our next game? Lapashenko, you fool. Fine. Reaction to... Oh, that was a fan day as well. Yeah, we had nearly 4,000 people in the stadium. Just slightly over 10% of the full capacity. It looks like that injury that we had to our left back wasn't too bad, because he's not even come up as a list of injuries. I thought we played well. That's true. I couldn't ask for anything more. King Julian's 125th appearance for Lviv. Well, you can't overestimate his achievements. Frank Aurier enjoyed what most people would consider a good debut. It was excellent. And of course, now that we're in the 2050s, there's no more racism, so he probably did fine. Outspoken Sergei was pretty solid. Heck yeah, he was. And Makosko did come on from the bench. Well, of course, but you have very restrictive rules. We might bring somebody else in, but he'll probably be Ukrainian, given that we've just learnt that my attempt to get round the foreign registration rules don't work, given the lack of discipline. Yeah, he's important to us, so he's going to have to play, because we haven't got that many players. We do have... okay, so there's... I mentioned that I was looking through at the beginning of the game, or the beginning of this video, rather. There were 3 at least players who are off in 6 days. So it could be, considering that the transfer window, I guess, runs until the end of August, right? We will probably get 1 or 2 players in after that in an attempt just to use some of that wage budget to get a couple of Ukrainians in who can be backups or whatever. Okay, that's a good point as well. Let's maybe downgrade the very high teamwork thing into the attacking movement. High, that's where it should be. Now I can't. How do I go back to the backroom advice meeting? There it was. No. Check him out, but he's too old. Because the other stupid rule they have in this league is that you can only have so many people outside of the age of above the age of 25, right? I think that was what it was, which means that you have to basically just have youthsters. Let's check the fuck out. I'm just checking the old phone because you heard it go boopity boop boop. Got to see what's going on. It's a work-related mail. Yeah, well, that's not really a surprise, is it? I've also got a message from Sam. I don't know if you see this when I do that, but I can now, looking at Sam's messages. It's telling me about how his youth team lost to FC Copenhagen in the final of the Under-21s Champions League. Okay, so we are doing pretty well. There's some good team names in our league. Helios, Kharkiv, Bukovina. Just some fun words to say. Vorskla. There's Metalurg D. Metalurg Donetsk, probably. Staldn. Titan. Armyansk would have been a fun team to take over. Naftovik Ukrnafta. They are the team who are currently sitting pretty at the top of the league, although I suspect they won't be there forever. Olympic Donetsk is also a really cool name, a fun team name. So I've had time to sort of consider whether or not I am still an FM expert, having been sacked by the bastards in Belarus. I am now... Oh, someone just signed a shed. That was Tunbridge. Seems like a brave move. Shall we have a quick... There's 100 miles to go through there. Shall we have a quick check on who's in what league whilst that van drives by, so you can't hear what I say? That sounds fun. Okay, so down in the Blue Square South, we have Brentford. That's cool. That lorry's... Whoa, hi there, mate. Let's chill. The Met Police. That's fun. Aaron Wilson is their manager. They play at the Metropolitan Sports Ground. Cool. Leighton Orient. Are you being serious? What are you doing out there? Cool. Yeah, so a couple of big teams down there. Big teams in the modern day anyway. Down in the Blue Square North, you've got Oldham, Peterborough, Scunthorpe, Shrewsbury Town, Tranmere, Wigan, Wrexham. So a lot of big teams down there. Matlock's badge is absolutely sensational. I mean, that almost makes me want to take over there and then win the Champions League with a team that has that badge. We then got the Blue Square Premier, where you've got teams the likes of Bury, RIP. Lewis are still doing pretty well, but no one huge is in this league, unless I'm missing somebody out. Port Vale, they're not huge though, are they? Down in League 2, you're looking at your Millwalls, your Nottingham Forest, your Prestons, your Readings. Your Doncasters have fallen quite a long way. Then we've also got the Villas in League 1, along with Basingstoke, of course, classic. Derby County down there, Notts County, Portsmouth. Some pretty big teams. League 1, AFC Wimbledon, of course, up at the top there after their year in the Premier League a few years ago. Plymouth are back up there. We've got Havant and Waterlooville. Bolton Wanderers up there, that's good to see. Dagenham and Redbridge, Charlton. Wycombe Wanderers at the bottom there. Southport and Southend also in this league. That's a bit of fun. And then the Premier League looks like this. Western-super-Mare, Swindon obviously still. You've got your Ipswich, your Hull, your Huddersfields. Forest Green are still moneybags, I believe. They've been doing pretty well, consistently coming in the top 10 for the last few seasons, which is nice. And then you've obviously got Bradford, Bristol City and Cardiff. Cool, that was fun. Nothing really interesting happening there. Let's continue to run through my many, many emails, and then hopefully we can play another game. Seems like the game's come thick and fast. I believe we have a top division side in the cup. Oh, who's this guy? Well, we'll never find out. Oh yeah, that's that guy. Oh yeah, Seiko has got. Okay, so we now have two different options at left back. That's good. Right, yeah, it looks like, so I think Metallurg Donetsk is the team we have in the first round of the Ukrainian Cup, which I believe has quite a fun name. I think it's just called the Ukrainian Cup, but if you look at the sponsorship logo that it has, it's got some strange, it's almost Carabao Cup levels of terrible name. If we ever get out of this loading screen, I might show you. But Ben, you could have not shown us all the pointless teams in those other leagues, and you could have just done that on your own time. Yes, I could have, but I didn't. Haven't done a proper recording for a while, except for the sort of angry, ranty one yesterday. So, yeah, Metallurg Donetsk. They're actually in our division. They were relegated last season, so they are probably going to be okay. I just want to see what the name of that league, what the cup is called. So Ukrainian Cup, but it's done by the Data Group. It's the Data Group Ukrainian Cup. Sounds fun. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves sport in Data Group. So we're playing Poltava. We are expected to win this one. They are newly promoted, so they just, despite being in the Ukrainian Football League last season, is that true? What were they called? Poltava. Okay, so they are newly promoted, even though it doesn't really show that properly. So, fingers crossed we should be able to beat these guys, but that's not, so I'm going mad. Kishan Shalai. Shall I? Maybe I shall. Let's get a report on him. He looks pretty good, though. Kolobov has left. Oh, that means we've let... Oh, Jesus. Did we just let go of, half our squad by accident? Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you fucking kidding me? Did we just let go of Generalissimo? Maxim Generalov? And he went... Oh no. Psycho. Oh, I was going to play him. None of the rest of them are starters. Generalov was. Fuck. Shit. Well, let's call time on this video whilst I just take stock of what I did then. Bright side, we now have plenty of money to spend. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit.